Hi. Well, no.
We've come a long, long way. I'm not afraid any longer. We've come a long, long way. Our love is getting stronger. We've come a long, long way, and the future's looking brighter. We've come a long, long way. Our love is so much tighter.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my vlog. I want to apologize to all you guys because I was supposed to come out with an episode last week. However, got this thing called food poisoning and that kind of took priority. Bad news is I missed an episode, good news is I lost 10 pounds, and trust me, you do not want me to go to any more great detail about last week, but I am about 85-90% right now. I'm just taking it easy this week. But here was the episode that I was supposed to air last week. Let me give you a little bit of information about it. It's a tribute to one of the longest running TV shows of the modern era that just ended its run. And I wanted to make sure it got its proper fanfare from me because I was an avid watcher of it. And so, because of that, everything that is said makes it sound like it just ended a couple days ago when it ended almost 2 weeks ago. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. But now, here's the new episode. So, who wants to go on a field trip today? I do at least. Anyway, I just wanted to do a special tribute to one of the shows that has made television what it is today and just ended their run this past week. What is that show? Big Bang Theory.
Bazinga!
Yes, Big Bang Theory. So, let's go take a tour. The show itself was created in 2007 by Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady, two producers/showrunners, mostly known for creating 2.5 Men at that time. And it was originally airing on September 24th, 2007, and lasted until May 16th, 2019, last week. And it aired 279 episodes, mostly directed by director extraordinaire Mark Sandrowski. The show was created originally to test to see how much nerd culture had spread out to the mainstream, and apparently it has gotten pretty strong because it has been nominated many times for Best Comedy Series and winning 4 consecutive years, also earning awards for Jim Parsons, one of the main characters. Where we're going today is Pasadena. We are not going to the set over at Warner Brothers, Stage 25. We are going to Pasadena, where this show is supposed to take place fictitiously. In terms of cultural significance, this TV show airs in over 100 countries. And in terms of number of episodes, it has already surpassed Friends, Seinfeld, All in the Family, Frasier, and even the immortal Cheers after 12 full seasons on CBS. This list was compiled by LAist, which compiled a walking tour of Pasadena where Big Bang Theory would actually have taken place. Obviously, the show is fictitious, but these locations are real. These locations are, if the show really existed, these are the locations where they would take place. To start this off, let me show you Los Robles Avenue. This is where their apartment complex was supposed to be. First Sheldon and Leonard, then Penny moved in episode 1, and then later Amy moved in with Sheldon. The address was 2311 Los Robles Avenue, North Los Robles Avenue. However, the problem with this is there is no 2311 North Los Robles Avenue, as it dead ends right there. It's completely fictitious, and it's not only not in Pasadena, it's in Altadena. You're probably also wondering, what about the backdrop in the show? Well, that was actually these mountains up there. And the photograph was taken from the top of a parking garage and later computer simulated. Now we came to the southern part of Pasadena. This is Caltech. This is where Sheldon, Leonard, Rajesh, and Howard all have their jobs. Also, I think Amy does. But this is the grounds of Caltech. This is a non-profit, self-sustaining private school. Also on the other end of this area over here is JPL, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which has created many of where the rockets that were launched into space in the 80s and 90s were created. This is the comic factory. Producers from The Big Bang Theory say this is the store that they created Stuart's store after. It has been a comic book store for about 10 years now and has always had a very large selection of comic books. They say that they came up with this idea because they wanted to make sure that the fanboys were watching and make it more realistic, so that's where they came up with the idea of using a comic book store, and this happens to be the closest one to Caltech, right up the street. Now this right here is the Cheesecake Factory. This is where Penny was to have worked at in the first few seasons of the show. It is one of the largest cheesecake factories, as my stomach can attest, and it has been here long before the show even started airing. This is the neighborhood that's estimated to where Raj lives in his apartment with his cat, but nobody knows exactly where, and he's always over at Bernadette's and Howard's anyway. Now behind us are office buildings. Behind that is Huntington Hospital, which is one of the largest hospitals in Southern California. You're probably asking, why am I taking an image of these hospitals? Well, theoretically, in one of these office buildings is where Penny and Bernadette had their offices for their medical company that they would pitch to doctors. They would keep it close to the hospital, which is, again, right behind this building, and all of these adjacent offices are all doctors' offices. Now this location here may not be very recognizable to most people who watch The Big Bang Theory, but this is the Pasadena Civic Center. I have no proof of it, but I believe the last scene of the last episode that had the Nobel Prize award ceremony was actually filmed here because it resembles the inside of that. This is also the location for many of the Academy Awards, a couple of the Emmy Awards, and certain events back maybe 30-40 years ago. And on the day of the final episode of The Big Bang Theory, they actually had a huge Big Bang Theory party that sold out that was sponsored by the city of Pasadena and JPL. So we were filming Big Bang Theory, and I don't know exactly what happened, but somehow we ended up in Pawnee. Actually, this is Pasadena City Hall, which was used as an exterior for Pawnee in Parks and Rec. Amy Poehler and her group, Chris Pratt, they all were to have worked in this building right here in Pawnee, Indiana, but it actually is Pasadena. So to conclude my tour today, I wanted to give you one last thing about The Big Bang Theory that wasn't necessarily with the show. A couple years ago, the city of Pasadena decided that they wanted to commemorate this show that exists in this real community. So they named Big Bang Theory Way. It was originally an alley, but now it extends down about a quarter mile around the buildings. As you can see, it's not the busiest area, but for a show that has lasted for 12 seasons, I think that it deserves at least this little stretch of land. Thank you very much. Bazinga. So this is one of my shorter episodes, but I really didn't have a lot of chance to film, considering I had food poisoning and couldn't leave my head off a toilet for a while. So, that's the episode this week. But next week, I am doing an episode for the actor about headshots. What kind of photographer you want to use, what kind of photographs you want to have taken, what the costs are, what you should look for, what you shouldn't look for in finding a photographer and such. I am going to be getting my headshots done, and the photographer is letting me interview him before we take the photos, and it should be a really, really fun episode. The photographer is a very acclaimed photographer slash actor, so he also understands the plight of the actor, whether if they're beginning or advanced, and should give us a lot of information. So that will be next week. And before we go again, it is the end of May right now. And I wanted to wish my Asian Brotherhood Happy Asian Heritage Month. I have absolutely no idea what that means. All I know is I'm holding my chopsticks to my heart and wishing you Asians out there happy heritage. I don't know if there's a Hallmark made available for it. I don't know. But happy Asian Heritage Month. And remember the people that who have helped us get this far. Anyway, want to thank everybody for watching. You can reach me on the socials at Kyle Isao, Kyle-E-I-S-A-O, on Instagram and Twitter. You could email me, askkyle@gmail.com, askkyle@gmail.com. Or make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the video, make sure you tell your friends, because the more people that watch this, the more power I have to corrupt the whole world. Yeah. Anyway, I will be back next week, and until then, everybody have a safe week, and from Hollywood.